The Brothers of Liberty, here to remind you what true freedom is.
Hello, and welcome to another edition of the Brothers of Liberty with the older brother Kelton. Name's going to change pretty soon to Brothers and Sisters of Liberty and change a little bit of the format and everything else. With that being said, today's video is what I promised last week. I'll be touching upon the H.R. 4350 National Defense Bill, which is already passed in the House. Still, it's on the calendar for the Senate. That was done in March, and nothing of it since then, from what I read and the actions that has happened in the bill. The reason why I'm going over this because it's important to know what's in there, and you'll be surprised a lot of it has nothing to do with national defense. There's actually a division, and there's 7 divisions of this bill, and Division E actually states non-Department of Defense matters. And we're going to go a little bit over Division E and Division G. Division G is the Global Pandemic Prevention and Biosecurity title. And like I said, it's going to be a skim through because even between those two divisions, it's still over 1,000 pages of material. That's right, a third of this bill, 1,091 pages, a third of this bill, Division E, is called Non-Department of Defense Matters. So think about that when you say the government's your friend and is looking out for the best interest of the people. Now, Division E has several titles that I went through here, and wondering how this has anything to do with national defense. Scholarship and education. Now, if that's talking about anything with West Point or anything like that, okay, then I can see. Financial service matters. Here goes one. Great Lakes winter shipping. Now, like I said, I haven't read through all these titles because, like I said, it's over 1,000 pages. But this is just to give you an idea of what they're talking about in this bill. And this is a financial bill for appropriation of money for a budget, mind you. Safe banking. What does safe banking have to do with national defense? I haven't read it yet, but I'll be eager to see what they say, considering some of the stuff I read has nothing to do with national defense. The wilderness and public lands. Colorado and Grand Canyon public lands. Strengthening marine mammal conservation. That it? Maybe they thought the word marine has to do with soldiers. Maybe you think that the mammals are soldiers. I mean, humans are mammals, but you get the gist of it. Preventing future pandemic. Wildlife market defined. Why are they defining what a wildlife market is in a bill for national defense? Which, by the way, when I read that, it's pretty much talking about any wildlife that is commercial, whether it be hunting or captivity grown. International cooperation for under preventing future pandemic. Now, mind you, the wildlife market is being defined under preventing future pandemic. And international cooperation is also under that title. Securing and enabling commerce using remote and electronic notarization. Digital money? Maybe, I haven't read it yet. Now, I did read some of that preventing future pandemic. And it's talking about literally defining the wildlife and rules about wildlife commerce. And like I said, this is not just for grown in captivity, but those are not grown in captivity, like hunting and fishing. And apparently that has something to do with a pandemic. Now, in Division G, and it has 10 sections. It's actually the shortest. It's only 30 pages. and which is the last part of the bill. Now, it has 10 sections, but I went over 5 of these sections. Section 8005, U.S. policy towards assisting countries in preventing zoonotic spillover events. For those of you who don't know what zoonotic is, it's pretty much disease from animal to human. Section 8006, Global Zoonotic Disease Task Force. Section 8008, United States Agency for International Development, Multisectoral Strategy, Food Security, Global Health, Biodiversity Conservation, and reducing demand for wildlife for human consumption. In other words, less beef, less chicken, less fish, less pork. Wanting to control the food source. How do you control the food source? By saying it's diseased and burning or killing them. Section 8009, Implementation of Multisectoral Strategy. And Section 8010, Establishment of Conservation Corps, which talks about getting farmers and agriculture producers in on the whole thing. If you incite them, give them incentives not to grow or produce as many cows or farm vegetables and stuff, what's going to happen? And that's part of the National Defense Bill, mind you. Like I said, I haven't read all of it, just been skimming. It's kind of hard to read 3,200 pages in 1 week, but yet Congress puts together these bills inside of a couple weeks, calls it out on the floor, and vote for it in a day. You can tell me you read 3,200 pages a day, not to mention all the other bills you're voting on? Yeah, that's what I thought. So that is the Division E and G. Still wondering what wildlife and stuff have to do with national defense. And no, it's not talking about procuring wildlife for the military. This is actually talking about for the civilian markets. So, this bill seems more about getting more control of the United States and less about democracy and defending democracy. They say, it's all about democracy, but no, it's not. It's about control. It's always been about control. These should not even be in a national defense bill, since it has nothing to do with national defense. And other people are like, well, diseases are... Okay, COVID did not come from a cow. Came from a bat, or so they say. And, I'm just waiting to see if this bill passes the Senate, what the outcome is to it, and how many people is going to lose their jobs in the agricultural business. And like I said, I haven't even read the whole bill, but the bill will be on a link in the description. Both bills, both the PDF file and the text bill from the United States Congress, and you can read it yourself. And those are just my opinions on it. What's your opinion? Like, share, subscribe, comments, put them in the comment box. Any topics you'd like us to discuss, Brothers of Liberty 76@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you. And I am the older brother of liberty, reminding you what true freedom is and ought to be.